Greetings everyone, my name is Adderville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In today's morning live stream, I'll be covering a combination of both various mid-levels and levels I find online, primarily the former hopefully. Before that though, a quick rundown of the rules. I'll be streaming for about 2-ish hours, then move on to the art showcase, and in a separate stream, memes. So welcome to the stream Lipatio, Jedok, Pixelboy, Raccoon, Jaden, and everyone else. A golden boy indeed, Jaden. So let us begin with this old stage. From 2017 is Crash Man's Revenge by Time Eater, with 10 plays and a score of 4. This level was sent to me by Sylveon, the ID that is. And as always, timestamps will be eventually added to the description below. Rest in peace, Aris. Currently I'm using the X mod developed by Red, if you're curious. And that's it. A short stage to get us warmed up. I kinda bum rushed to it because there wasn't anything of interest here. The sad thing is, there are a lot of levels like this already in present day. Now, moving back to present day, second up is Biotech Facility by Dthegrimm, with 7 plays and a score of 2. Remember folks, you can submit levels made by either you or someone else. Give this one a base for a change. I'm still surprised how much damage the blockies deal in Mega Mix Engine base. It's 8 damage versus 4 damage here. 4 feels much more reasonable with this sort of enemy, 4 or 6. Which is why I'm still kind of gobsmacked that it's 8 there. When I first saw it, I thought it was specifically creation code to be 8, but no, that's what it is at base. Well, if it's virtual, sure. This is technically the next version of the X mod by Red. One that replaces more of the music tracks. Yeah, I remember them. Sure, feel free to submit one of them. Or more of them, technically. This is why I love playing his bass. If it's live and virtual... You mean live virtual or live and in person? If it's in person, I sadly won't be able to attend. If all goes well, the computer upgrade should be up and running by early to mid-December. Unfortunately, base kind of sucks at combat without the Buster. At last, a weapon. If it's boat, sure I can attend the virtual one. Thanks. I'll try covering it after Jdeeznutz level. And seeing how hard Jdeeznutz level is going to be, it'll be a nice breeder level. I've also added most of the keys I've received in 2021 to my document. Now I just need to add the keys I received between 2016 and 2020. Then we can make a gauntlet on that. I've also decided... Whoa! Wasn't paying attention. As I was saying, I've also decided that I'll begin my Castlevania playthrough on October 31st. It's befitting of Halloween. Welcome to Stream Nuthouse. And we're back here. As for what I'll be doing this weekend, well, Mega Maker now. Tonight, the rest of the levels in Baby Jeff's Jeff Extravaganza mod. Then tomorrow morning, 48 hour, we're almost in Tier 8. And then tomorrow evening is, of course, Oracle of Ages. This time I'll aim for tomorrow evening because there's going to be a raid. We're gonna try finishing Dungeon 7 and maybe to pad up to Dungeon 8. Even though it doesn't really seem like it, Oracle of Ages has 8 dungeons, just like any Zelda game. When I first played Seasons, and to first extent when I first saw Ages, I thought the game would only have about 7 dungeons, with the 8th dungeon being the Black Tower, but no, there's an actual full 8 dungeon. Go on about the game. This is actually a pretty decent level. Good job. Escalation was fine. It followed the traditional tropes of a Mega Man level, traditional one. What genre is your game? Number 3 up. Number 3 up is Corpse Man, Evil Morgue Normal Reupload by Lipatio, with 77 plays and a score of 29. I see. Kind of ambitious there. So the sim elements from ActRaiser. Or rather, as would be nowadays, the simplified sim elements. Let's see, bomb, arrow, rock, this. What was the last element I had? Please inform me, Lipatio, then I'll move forwards. I really should write this down next time. Okay. Here we go. Rock, bees, and dead water. Now I remember. I chuckled at that. My castle elements from Fire Emblem. My suggestion would be to take some of the God Game elements from God Games as an extension on top of ActRaiser. It doesn't need to be too complicated though, because Metroidvania RPGs like Symphony of the Night are already fairly complex in their own right. Or Igavanias as they're called. The specific blend of RPG and Metroidvania elements found in those Castlevania games made by Iga are usually nicknamed Igavanias. Yeah, I have the bee. Oh yeah, I didn't actually get the bee, never mind. Okay, pretend so I'll never use it. That solves the problem. Oh, what elements? Elements from games in the God Game genre. You know, stuff like Populous, Black and White, and another game which escapes my mind currently. ActRaiser's God Game elements are relatively not as complicated. Hey Sylveon. Ouch, ouch. You can still make a 2D Metroidvania. That offers a lot of flexibility. Where did Makar go? Back into the Pokeball? Welcome to the stream, Buster. And it makes immune to the acid. Well, Southern Sanctuary is not an Igavania. It is definitely a Metroidvania, I think, but it's more along the lines of a Soulsborne game. Like, there's a distinction between Soulsborne RPGs and Metroidvanias and Igavania ones. For one, Igavanias tend to be more freeform with their combat systems, whereas Souls-likes, not as flexible. It's a lot more punishing in terms of combat. Whoa! Easy button. Yeah, I'm fine. I thought I could cheese this section, but Lipatio taught it that. He knew what kind of player I am. Ended up getting hit anyways. Joy. Ignore the bleeding chandeliers. That'll be your first step, deciding on what you want to mimic, or emulate, or be inspired by. But remember, don't get too ambitious. That's the most important thing. If you spread yourself too thin, then you'll end up with a situation where nothing feels good. Well, Cyberpunk had another issue. The problem with Cyberpunk, well, yeah, that's one. It knew what genre it wanted to be, immersive sim, but the problem is, well, first off, a lot of the creative directors and experienced staff left at the end of Witcher 3 because crunch. And of course, they overextended. Frankly, it is technically possible to pull off 2077. The problem was the development team wasn't big enough for it. And of course, they didn't really listen to the development team. The higher-ups, I mean. But enough of that. That last one is a bit desynced in the middle. We made it though. Definitely a normal Lipatio stage. Oh no. Going steady. We win. We're out of here. Corpse Pierce. I don't really blame the... See, on one hand, I don't really blame the devs for that. I actually blame the higher-ups more because if you look at the documents and communications, they were warning way ahead of advance there was issues. In any case, you've been vindicated. And to be fair, there's very likely going to be a worse example going to be released in a few years, if it ever gets released. If you pay attention to MMOs and stuff and starships and space games, you know exactly what game I'm referring to. Anyways, fun stage Lipatio. Currently my favorite level. Good job. Pretty much, Buster. Pretty much. Nope. Star Citizen. That's when it eventually gets released. It's gonna cause an epic amount of drama. Forward up is DJMN-066 Nightmare Man by Jdeeznutz74. 38 plays, score 6. Nah, they're not gonna be in the same level. They're not Kickstarter titles or crowdfunded titles. I know they have a bigger fan base, but the amount of drama that'll be generated will be it'll be eclipsed by Star Citizen when, if it ever will be released. You can look it up and see how crazy it. Here we go. Alright, you want me to play this role? We'll do roll. Oh no. I hope I don't come to regret this. I have a time stopper, thankfully. I've been warned in advance about this stage. Worse, Jaden. Far worse. What with the numerous delays, the record numbers of crowdfunding intake. Whoa. Help. Just look it up, you can see how crazy it is. That's what I was worried about, because square hitboxes. We're going into the values of hundreds of millions of dollars. And really, the amount of game they have to show for it is far from complete. And it's been that way for several years now. As in 6-7 years, maybe? And they're still raking in a lot of Kickstarter funds. Or crowdfunding funds. And they're really just selling virtual spaceships, which don't really exist now. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but regardless, it's going to generate a lot of drama. And frankly, by this point, it's not going to live up to its hype. It isn't. I'll send you a link after the stream. The article I'll send you will do a better job summarizing why is it so dramatic. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it as Mega. I want the ability to fire from a distance. I see this is gonna be a really painful level otherwise. And remember, this is still the start. And judging by the loading times being about a minute long, it's gonna be a rather long experience. Also, scope creep. Again, thank you for eating my button inputs. I don't think it'll harm AAA developers that much, but what it really will harm is crowdfunded games. Basically, it's suffering from the same thing as 2077, except it's vacuumed up several hundreds of millions of dollars in terms of crowdfunding. After all these years, there's still no way to stop the game pausing. The devs have pretty much inflated expectations to the moon and beyond. There's no way it'll actually meet them. Right now it just feels like a giant scam to me. Sheesh, imagine doing this as roll. Okay, here's the problem. After several deaths, we finally made it. Sorry. The ceiling. And of course no checkpoint because it's right after this section. I can see why I was warned about this. Was No Man's Sky crowdfunded? I don't recall that happening. Yeah, it is like the No Man's Sky situation, but again, with crowdfunding. I need to take out the Yafu's ASAP. They're the biggest issues. Hey Paul, hey Googleus. I don't know what enchanted portals are. Yep, the same scenario. Essentially, if I were to summarize it, the Star Citizen situation to me is a combination of Cyberpunk 2077, No Man's Sky, and a few other things. It's gonna suck for Kickstarted games or crowdfunded games the year following its release. Oh yeah, I remember that. Come on, please put... oh no. Get me out. I would love to have that. And thank you for giving me the flash stopper. Oh, thank goodness. That first section was harder than many other stages. Let's hope that the market recovers afterwards. After all, the market's memory is fairly forgiving to be all things considered. Just give it 5-10 years. So ideally it's best to release it before then. Or have a big following. That was easy. Much easier than the preceding section. Now imagine if I had to do this role. Star Citizen. Are you sure about that, Jidok? It feels much less of a nightmare now. If you're in tuned to MMOs, you'll know it pretty well. How infamous it's become. My arsenal of special weapons is pretty well formed, I'd say. Not really, Jaden. I know it was an upset, but other than that, it's mostly faded into obscurity. I know it's a major event for people in the Mega Man community, but outside of that, it's faded mostly into the obscurity, into the history books. It's mostly just faded into the history books. There will be a companion piece to that when I eventually get around to ukulele. Pretty much. Times 100, more like times 1,000. Oops. Massively multiplayer online game. No matter how good the game is, it's never gonna live up to its expectations. So it's gonna suck for Kickstarter games. I was trying to slide there. But that's more my fault, to be fair. I don't really have any good weapons that can fire straight upwards. There we go. After screwing up the order in the lights, we're past. It'll be worse for the indie developers without any following, or barely any following. I'm still surprised after this many years, and all the other various failures, people are still relatively warm to the idea of funding games. Through Kickstarter, Indiegogo, etc. I was really worried that too many of these failures would burn off people from the idea, but thankfully that didn't happen. This is far easier than the first section, period. Toad Management's Toads. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, and also some of the smaller games. Unbe catchers. True. You know, that doesn't really do much because most of the terrain, there's no terrain here other than the Yokus. Even easier. The difficulty curve of this stage is all over the place. Sections get harder internally, but between each section, they're not really getting harder consistently. The first section is still the hardest of the stage. Second was easier than the first, third was harder, fourth was some ways easier, and now this. Deluxe. The funniest and most heartwarming thing is when someone made a Kickstarter for a potato salad, and all the proceeds were used, and all the proceeds were donated for charity. Once again, paying attention to chat. Last section? You're pretty much forced to use special weapons for this one. Unless you can button mash fast. I know there's an easy way to cheese this. I'll use this to get back to that point. Of course, it'd be Big Eye here. Fine. You get stuck in the ceiling. You do you. Aesthetically, Jack's Double is always aesthetically fine. See, this level felt a bit strange. It's definitely harder, but only really due to the first section. The rest of the sections, although being more difficult, aren't too frustrating, but it's the first one that feels almost died Kaizui, especially as roll, and if you don't use special weapons. The rest were more difficult, but not by a large amount. You would be correct, Gokulis. Red modified Classic Mega Man to have more frames. I haven't, Jaden. Fifth up is Skill Test with a Weird Ending, Hard, by Pirata Patheta, or as they're known here, Simon Dthegrimm, with 84 plays and a score of 31. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Oh no. If this is anything like Lipatio's hard stages... I'll try my best. I have to dash twice, don't I? How did I do it the first time again? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have to initiate the jump as the charge kick's going. Otherwise it won't execute. Was that the way you're What? What happened? Oh, there's a teleporter. I see. Well, I understand what I'm supposed to do now. I think. Of course, I have to jump there, otherwise it won't make it. There are a few frames where no input will get true. Ah, we made it. Incredible. Huh? Oh, I see. You have to race to the top so it destroys the hothead. Hot dog. A dog. But not too quickly, otherwise we will make it. Fair enough. Get used to Galaxy Man's team. You thought you could escape it from Maglev 2? You can't. Again. Oh man. No checkpoint either. I wish there was solid ground for this. This first part's easier than the first section, to be honest. Well, there is solid ground, I mean, here at least. It's kind of trial and error because you have to rush forward and see what the pattern is. With this one you can reset, with that one, maybe you can reset. And of course, sometimes it doesn't teat in. Ah, we made it. I'll spin now. What horrors lie in store? This is one of those stages where I really wish each section had its own team. Thanks for the refill. I thought for a moment we have to all do it in one go. Is it just me, or does this have a reverse difficulty curve? Third section was easiest, second was harder, first was the hardest. I get it. Too soon. Where the speedrunner edition of Mega Man Maker would be really handy. If I just went right, I could have made it. That's where the mod has come. That's where the mods come in handy. One higher. Too high. Maybe. I don't think so, because with that challenge, the tolerance for failure is far higher. This is gonna hurt my thumb. Oh. Where I really wish I had the binoculars from Celeste. So I could see what I'm supposed to be going to, instead of trial and erroring this. Because mistakes here usually result in death. That's my problem with these sorts of stages, without being able to see ahead. Almost. Maybe? I don't recall that, Brickman. Also, long time no see. So that's the game, with the more likable character. That's it. I'm gonna bring out the big guns. Macro time. I would do this normally, but it's hurting my thumbs now. And honestly, doing this normally is... Game? Yep, this is why I don't like the engine sometimes. A single tap converted to something else. Yep, I do, Brickman. YouTube, of course. No kidding, Sylveon. Again, the reason why I don't want to do this using regular button presses is, of course, it's hurting my thumb now. It was starting to hurt my thumb. And this is really mostly button mashing, so yeah. I could potentially eventually do it, but, you know, I'd like to actually play through some more stages. That was remarkably easy. I guess there's a breeder section. GG. Oof. Definitely a hard stage. But as I said, difficulty curve is all over the place. Third section should have been the first one, second section second, fourth section third, first section as fourth, and the final section, well, the fifth section as the fifth section, and the final section as final. It's basically a Diet Kaizo. If not Kaizo outright with the flutter section. Ouch. If I didn't use the turbo, my thumbs would be hurting all over the place. So yeah, I only recommend it to those sorts of players. Regardless, please bring a turbo button. Alright, be right back in a moment. And we are back. I'm using the playlist you made, Jaden. Really handy. I started near the beginning with stuff I didn't cover yet, so I'll get back to that. Loop around. Alright, I finished all levels currently on the queue, I think. So I'll cover some levels from the official server. And a few other things. Hang on one sec, I'll cover that right after. Sixth up is Maglev Metro by AtomicTheCrew, with 8 plays and a score of 0. I'm happy with most of the music choices from episode 0. Again, one of my favorite fan games from the Mega Man Classic or the Mega Man franchise, period. It's basically Maglev 2 and Maglev 1 Fixed Edition. Let's see... Oh, neat, a map! We are currently here. Let's start by going to the right, I guess. Cover them? I finished all the memes last week, so I'll cover all the new ones since then. AKA after this stream is done, which should be in about an hour or so. Nice idea to have a level map like that. I have a distinct feeling that we'll loop around. Start by going to the right and then return. Now we're here. It even shows the path we took. I see. Go to the right, go up, go left again, then back down. Cool. I like when stages loop around like this. Maybe as a bonus feature, Jaden. Episode 0 in Maglev 2 was supposed to close out the Zero storyline. Now we're up here. It's like those Castlevania maps or similar maps. It's cute. I like it. And the level design isn't too shabby either. Good job introducing the shock floors, magnetic ceilings, and the magnets. In different configurations while still varying up stuff. This really reminds me of a 48-hour level. Something from tier 7 or 8. This is one of those levels that should have been placed in the most proper queue, but, you know, unknown author, unknown designer. Hang on one sec, I need to shear some sheep. I lure them down? Yes. Also demonstrating how to use the weapon. In a way, this actually reminds me of Metroidvania in terms of progression. Because now we're opening up shortcuts and whatnot. And now we're back here. Opening up new paths by obtaining new abilities. Okay, speaking of Metroidvanias, well, Igavanias and Soulsvanias, I guess, or Souls-like Metroidvanias, is that, well, both of them are Metroidvanias. They most likely have... Igavanias have RPG elements, leveling, equipment, etc. Souls-like Vanias very likely have the same thing, but the key difference is in terms of combat flexibility and forgiveness. Igavanias tend to be far more freeform in terms of combat, and more forgiving in terms of mistakes. Not always though, but typically. They also make it fairly straightforward to grind up, in case you're having issues. Whereas the combat systems for Souls-like Vanias are much more unforgiving. Take Salted Sanctuary for example, and compared to something like Bloodstained. I know Castlevania combat's known to be kind of stiff, but it's still actually fairly forgiving when you have stuff like Bloodstained. Oops. Hang on. Ah, that's how I get it. Bloodstained's combat gives you a lot of abilities, equipment, and stuff to mess around with, and mistakes aren't really punished as harshly on the default settings. You specifically have to play on harder settings or deliberately gimp yourself in order to have a punishing experience. Whereas in Salted Sanctuary, combat is, I guess, slower paced and far more unforgiving. Mistakes on both you and the enemy's fronts are punished much more harshly, and it's far more difficult to cancel out of moves. That I find to be the key difference between Souls-like Vanias and Igavanias. How much flexibility you have in terms of combat. Also, the ability sets you get are a bit more restrained there. Because otherwise, in terms of the subgenres, they're actually fairly similar. It's how forgiving the combat is. Combat loop. Now, there are games that toe that line, however. Or can have both options at the same time. Of course, some may say that's a distinction without really a difference. I don't know, it just feels like Igavanias have something that makes them a bit different feeling compared to Soulsvanias. Not just in terms of difficulty or unforgiveness. Don't worry, I already played Pirata's level. If it's easier than that one, it's fine. Cool. Now we have to use both abilities to actually win the fight. That's different. Usually you aren't forced to use special weapons to beat the fight, but here, like I said, it's like a Metroidvania. Not quite though, because it's not really non-linear, but it reminds me most of it. Good job, AtomicTheCrew. This is currently my favorite level of the episode. You did an awesome job. This is something that really should be on the most popular queue, to be honest. It's not the best level, it's at the very least decent. It's a rarity to have levels like this, especially from unknown authors and whatnot. I'll cover Brickman's level next, as I already covered a level by Lipatio. 7th up is Jdeeznutz Trapped in Ice by Mega Marino. 62 plays and a score of 25. Hopefully it's not too difficult. Jdeeznutz. Help. I'm trapped. Hello, Monokuma. Hold right then. I've been frozen and I can't get out. Oh, thank goodness. I was running low on ammo. This is a neat gimmick I've never seen before. Using the fact that your character is trapped in ice as an actual mechanic. Oh man, I see it. You're on him, ow. Well, at least these ice blocks never crack. Otherwise, this could be rendered unwinnable unless you reset the room. This is a very cool idea. No pun intended. I'm surprised no one else tried pulling this off. Many props go to you, Marino. I think I have another favorite level this episode. And here I thought the levels last week were overall decent. This week the levels have been at the very least okay, but then we have levels like this and the previous one. Oops. Hang on, let me fix this here. What makes this more interesting is that we're actually using ice powers to break through the ice. Another stage that could fit in 48 hours as well. Although it does take advantage of an engine quirk. I'd love to see this in something like Maglev 3 or Maglev 4. This is super fun. Hang on a moment. Next up is the Ice Slasher. Thanks for all the new custom music, Red. Huh? What? Now I'm literally stuck in ice. To be fair, I should have expected as much. I see. There's an extra hitbox there for some reason. Sorry, ice shrinks. They're being refrigerated. Probably for dinner. I think I missed something up there. Fair enough. I don't think I missed anything then. It was only pipes. Whoa, lag. The game is running at 25% speed. Too many ice blocks. And I get crushed anyways. That's the slow-mo room, where everything takes 4 times as long. Fasten your seatbelts, everyone. Let's see how long this will take in real time. Do I need all the blocks? Oof. It causes a permanent slow status. Thank you, Ice Physics. Well, it's not really Ice Physics, it's just the game's implementation. Where it actually converts a single tap into really large amounts of momentum. Let's try doing it without that one block. See if I'm able to get through. Okay, fine, without any of those blocks. I didn't need any of those blocks. Why can't really give us this if we just need to use it in one spot? Oh, I see. Again, no pun intended. It's a final demonstration of each weapon. There's probably a way to smuggle them in. Blizzard Wolfgan's level was fun. I could get out, but not yet. I can't harm him. I need him. Mission accomplished. But there are a few more bosses left to go. I like it. It's a stage that fully explores this mechanic, and it doesn't end too soon. Although, due to its length, it does feel like, 2 stages back to back. Maybe 3 stages, in fact. Not that's a bad thing, because it varies up its mechanics enough. It's going the full mile to really fully explore being trapped in ice. Not only that, it's not just a novel mechanic, it's actually using the special weapons in interesting ways. Well, maybe with the exception of it's using them in interesting ways outside the freezing ability. Usually these ice weapons are used for their freezing potential. I'm specifically referring to the Ice Slasher and the Freeze Cracker. But here they're used for other reasons, mainly the projectile arcs. Namely the projectile arcs. Yep, I see the sparkles. Another nice touch. That's why we have the checkpoint here. Can I actually slip through? I can't damage boost either, it seems. Maybe? See the problem? That can't be the case because the mod only changes graphics, not hitboxes. Hitboxes are stored separately. Okay, that's how you do it. It's a bit tighter than my taste. Kinda strange. Okay, that's what is there. Kinda strange having it be this precise. I would move up the block by 1 because the rest of the stage wasn't this precise at all. And putting this sort of precise jump kind of messes with the flow. This wouldn't be out of place in a Diet Kaizo stage, but here, it feels really strange. Time for the final stretch of these abilities. Don't jump then, just keep firing. That's probably what happened, Brick. Because the mod didn't change any of the physics or hitboxes. Game, please hold right. Not intended to be this hard, but physics changes. You can do it, but it's uncharacteristically precise. And if the game wants me to doesn't want me to move, I can't move. Okay, we're out. I see. Ice physics. Again, this wouldn't be so bad in a different engine where a tap walk can be converted into a large amount of momentum. That's my issue with ice physics in this engine. Even a slight tap walk sends you shooting forwards. It doesn't match the amount of speed you had initially. That's why I find tap walking to be really dangerous on top of ice. Well, it's not exactly tap walking. It's the speed in between tap walking and a full-on run. Mega Mix does not have this issue, thankfully. Well, Mega Mix and many other engines. I don't really have a problem with ice physics. What I do have a problem with is when the inertia you have going in doesn't match the inertia you have going out. There we go. Take it nice and slow. Get me out of the death room. I will say that this stage probably should be split into 2, especially in terms of length. But I like this. Get me out. Down? Oh, there was a spike down there too. That was a bit frightening at the end, but we loop back to the start. Fun troll. Okay, I thought AtomicTheCrew's levels would be my favorite, but this blows it out of the water. Let me first say what my criticism is. There was that one room which was kind of broken due to physics changes, and the length is 2.5 to 3 times the length as a normal Mega Man stage. I'd advise splitting it in two, but then would kind of break the flow, so there's that. Perhaps put a warning saying that this is a longer stage. Otherwise, I quite enjoyed it. I haven't encountered any stage up until this point in my 4 years of playing Mega Man Maker where the main gimmick is being trapped in ice and you have to break out of it. On top of that, the main gimmick is shattering the ice blocks using only ice-type weapons. In fact, raising the ice-type weapons in interesting ways, not using their freezing properties, but using their projectile arcs. Some people may find the stage go on for too long. I enjoyed it from start to finish. Good job, Mega Marino and the team. Jdeeznutz is currently my favorite level of this episode. In fact, this is my favorite level of this month, to be fair. Excellent job. This is what I list as being an almost good to good stage. I would love to see something like this in Maglev 4. Thank you for submitting it, Brickman. I don't really have any other complaints about that. Difficulty curve was good, introductions were fine. Maybe there was a bit of polish that could be better. Otherwise, I know there's some jank because of the engine, but at the very least, it's almost good to good. Oh, I don't want to play another level by you just yet, Lipatio. It's Etterville. I'm gonna go as Toron on the one side I barely go to anyways. Hang on 1 second. That's fine. It's not really embarrassing. It's a medium level spell from Fire Emblem anyways. Hammer time? Not quite. I'm just gonna grab one level, then I'll move on. No, I haven't. I'll have the Halloween special on Saturday, aka next week. So please submit Halloween levels for that. Hey Omega. Okay, this seems a bit interesting. Eighth up is In Dust We Trust by Skylizardgirl with 16 plays and a score -5. There are a bunch of Halloween team levels also submitted online, so feel free to send them in. It's going to be a puzzle level, so I think I know why. Let's give this our best shot. Ow. Probably shouldn't place that there. What a slab and welcome. It's already assuming how you know how these mechanics work. You're gonna have to face tank some damage with that. At least pickups are pretty plentiful. Oh man. It's a Jari convention. It's a semi-annual Jari convention. Welcome to stream, Mega Marino. Yep, I quite enjoyed your stage. One of the best stages I played in this month, period. So creative. One of the rare examples of a level which I barely have issues with. It's definitely kind of a maze. Lipatio already has several levels that qualify as Halloween, so they're covered. Another E to add to our collection. Welcome to the stream, Vic. Not really. Today, the level quality has been very good. Surprisingly so. Almost, Jaden. There are 2 more I'm going to do, which you'll see. Leap of fate. Leap of death. Anyways, I have the green key so I can backtrack. What I probably need there is the rush jet. You pretty much need to know where to look. aka ignore the most popular queue. Almost every level there doesn't deserve to be there. Look in the official Mega Man Maker server and look at suggestions. There's the blue key, which I can use down there, I think. Did I check up here earlier? I think I did, but I want to confirm it. Yeah, I did. But something's probably up there. I'm missing 5 weapons. And or utilities. There's the coil. Perhaps I can make it past the gap now. Now I know I can. Okay, definitely I can. Now I only need 2 more stuff. Very likely it's past the gap, because I think I've scrounged the rest of the stage. Unless I forgot where a red gate was. which is entirely possible. I don't know if it's that Vic. I don't know if it's that Brickman, or if it's because it's easier to find because there are fewer levels being made. Back in the olden days, the level production rate was much higher, and following the 90-10 rule, that means there'll be a lot more cruft. But I do feel that for the level designers who stuck around, the general quality output's been getting better. Open up. Okay, let's see what's down here. I do want the fire. Should have used Jet instead. So basically I'm gonna have to aim for it. There. Only one left. Not to mention cut tiles absolutely everywhere. One more. Ow. Maybe something's up here. More like 2 out of 10 to 8 out of 10. So many my first level stages, which were a random collection of blocks, enemies, and bosses. Here it is. If you follow the stage path normally, you should come across these keys on your way. Maybe there's some passive special weapons. There it is, the last special weapon. I really don't get why the stage got a score -5. I know the stage design and exploration is, to put it bluntly, unpolished. It's not painful to play. It sure has its issues, yes, but not to the extent where it's horrible. I don't get it. I'm missing something. Maybe it's the fact that if you don't travel all the way through each of the special weapon routes, you can overlook some keys, and thus be forced to backtrack more than you should. Maybe it's that. Otherwise, it's a fairly boring and forgettable level. Rompy. That's the rating system in a nutshell, with only upvotes and downvotes. Most people just use it to say, I like the stage, or it's interesting, or I like the author, and vice versa. Yep, I played Unlimited and Rock and Roll. Oh boy. Get down, please. Get down. Oh. They don't have to be defeated separately? I mean, with this enemy mosh pit, there's no way you can dodge all of them at once, so I thought we have to defeat all of them, especially with the E&M tanks. If it's for the boss battle, I understand the downvotes. Otherwise, it's not a good stage, it's rather rompy, boring, forgettable. Doesn't do much to utilize the mechanics. It could have been a far better Metroidvania. See the Maglev stage. But I wouldn't downvote it. Ninth up is Funpark Fantasy UPDATED by Omegalte, 46 plays, score of 11. The welcoming committee, falling on the projectiles. Maps are awesome in Metroidvanias, especially for the larger ones where it becomes really difficult to remember where everything is. That's why in the early eras of Metroidvanias, it was always heavily advised to make your own maps. Heck, it even applied to platformers and exploration platformers. Darn. Blame Blastman for your computer's debt. Thankfully, we have stuff like Mecha's website, which does alleviate some of the problems. Oh man, it's you. Yeah, I'm dead. I don't think Super Metroid was the first game to introduce it, but it was one of the ones that popularized it into the genre. Lime Green X. Delicious. Oh, this arena benefits him more than I. I can't even properly hit him. The one saving grace of this fight is that he takes extra damage from the Buster. Fell down? What happened? I thought Green Barker dude, well, yeah. I thought it was a darker shade of green. This time, a semi-dated Buster only, no damage. Okay. How the turns table. Showing multiple places where this is useful. I like when status do stuff like this, even in non-Metroidvanias. In situations like these with the springs and you have unstable movement, it's really handy to have a projectile which you can sort of fire and forget and maintains its Y coordinates. To be honest, Springman's far easier than Ringman. Far less damage, far more predictable. I probably should be using this more. Now, Top Man. Just for the extra challenge, I will be doing a buster only. Whoa! Why did he not go further? Wild Coil? Yeah, more of a gimmicky weapon, but it's interesting. I mean, yeah, I could do this buster only, but it's more fun doing it this way. Okay, he gets desynced a bit. Or he gets forcefully put in the pit. One more. And miss, of course. I thought he would aim differently. In terms of fights, Buster only, he can be either the toughest or second toughest. Especially if you can't aim at him. If I were to do this with the weakness, this would be far easier, that's why I'm not using it. There we go. Pretty much. Well, even in regular boss rooms, he is kind of scary. Ringman was easier in the original Mega Man 4 because he was a bit slower and dealt 1 or 2 less contact damage and ring damage. I guess this is fine. Hang on one moment, and then I'll proceed onwards to the final part of the stream. Be right back. And we're back. I'll cover one more stage, probably for the most popular queue. Then I'll move on to art. I'll save your level of Lipatio for next week, because pumpkins will work better for Halloween. Once again, Orlando is all over the queue. I don't get it. Someone really must like the levels. Aha, this is interesting. So the 10th and final level of the stream is Mega Marino goes to McDonald's and robs the place by Jump Dash Evade with 26 plays and a score of 14. Welcome to McDonald's, or McWiley's, rather. There's a broken ice cream machine. Okay, that's it. It must be an in-joke somewhere. For the joke, I'll give it a thumbs up, but other than that, yeah. You know what, let's actually pick an actual stage. So the 11th and actual final stage episode is Waste Factory by OrangeOof with 71 plays and a score of 26. I wanted to end with an actual stage, not really a joke level. As a reminder, this is the X-Mod in development by Radwayne Fuad. The one for 1.7.x. Memes is right after art, don't worry. The time provided is a tentative time anyways. It's not like it's an actual start time. I'm forced to give it a start time on YouTube. More interesting music. Kilovolt Havoc. That'll work. I've heard some mentions of it, Jedok. I'm not sure from which company, though. Or chain. Nice way of showing that you have to be careful of that. And yes, this song is from Zero. I think it's 01. No, it's 02. No, me being stupid and falling in there. And now the engine being stupid and not actually accepting input. We made that joke several times. It's overstayed its welcome. That'd work. FYI, there will be a stream holiday coming up sometime after next week. I don't know exactly when, but it will be coming. Probably in December. It's only you. Even with these 2 conveyor belts, it's not too much of an issue. I do appreciate the room is not simply a blank rectangle. It does have some alterations. And this marks the end of all the levels covered in the stream. Yeah, forgettable. So overall, out of the 11 levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite one was easily Mega Marino's stage. Awesome job there. With an honorable mention going to Maglev Metro by AtomicTheCrew, or The Crew. So, as promised, you know what that means. It is time for the art show. It is time for the art showcase. Someone with a knife. Now with a cake. Sure, you can have it. Pixar sprites. Yuki, Maeda, Kanata, and Nori. More fan art from this game. Or mock-ups, I mean. Pretty good mock-ups at that. Io Oni. Sylveon Daily. Ah. Gudra with glasses. Such a huggable little dragon. Whoa, that's a lot of them. Hang on. Got Sylveon. Well, sort of got. Nice legs. Taking a bath. Shower. Different version. Traditional Sylveon. Skeletor. The fox in the basket. As a Reaper. Sonic the Hedgehog lost in the Nightmare World. I do. Brownie. From the Floof channel. Sylveon Gijinki? I can't pronounce that. Humanized Sylveon? Whoa, that's too long. I'll show the final one. Beautiful. Mega Man E. Must be where all the tanks are discovered. Beta Firefly Maverick. Alrighty then, this marks the end of the art section, and as a result, consequently, the stream. Next up is the meme section, in about 5-10 minutes. Regardless if you submitted levels or submitted art, thank you for participating in the stream. It's very appreciated. Because of your continued support, I keep streaming and producing more content on a regular basis. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.